Welcome to the smallest courtroom in the nation, where dolls bring their disputes when they are unable to resolve their disagreements. This is Doll Court with Judge Sunny Joy and Bailiff James J.R. Ramos.
All rise. This court is now in session.
Have a seat, please.
Your Honor. This is the case of Adler versus Steele.
Thank you. Mr. Adler, you are seeking $5,000 from the defendant, Mr. Steele, for what you stated was the annihilation of several of your collectible dolls.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your relationship to the defendant? How do you know each other?
We were roommates.
The two of you are no longer roommates?
No, ma'am, I moved out at the end of April.
Did the two of you know each other prior to becoming roommates? Were you friends? Classmates?
Yes.
No.
We met my freshman year. Mr. Steele was a year ahead of me. We initially met at a mutual friend's birthday party. Then after that initial meeting, we would see each other regularly. At parties, dinners, events, just hanging out with friends on a weekly basis.
Do you agree?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Are you still in college? Have you graduated?
No, I'm not in school. Yes, I graduated.
What about you, Mr. Steele? Are you in school?
No, ma'am, I graduated.
Did you two become roommates before or after you graduated?
After. We moved in together a month or so after I graduated. Hudson had already graduated the year before.
Mr. Steele, how exactly did you and Mr. Adler end up as roommates, other than having mutual friends?
Well, Your Honor, I was living in the same apartment complex but with a different roommate. Our lease was ending and he was moving away to another state. I really liked the apartment and the complex. It's safe, gated, and it has great amenities. I wanted to continue living there. A friend suggested Mr. Adler, said he might be looking for a place to stay, so I reached out to him.
Was Mr. Adler's name on the lease?
Yes, he was on the lease.
Was he a good roommate? Did the two of you get along?
We got along. We were cordial. We both worked, so when we were home at the same time, Mr. Adler was usually in his room. Our bedrooms were on opposite sides of the apartment, so sometimes we would go the entire day without actually seeing one another.
You weren't friends. You were roommates. You were two people, maybe or maybe not, with mutual friends, paying to occupy the same space.
Exactly.
So, your bedroom was on one side of the apartment and Mr. Adler's bedroom was located on the opposite side of the apartment. I'm assuming there was a common or communal area, living room, kitchen, maybe a shared bathroom.
Yes, there is a kitchen that he would use often, daily. There is also a living room that he hardly ever used. We had separate bathrooms. Mine is an ensuite. His was just outside his bedroom, the guest bathroom.
He used the kitchen often. Was Mr. Adler clean? Was he messy?
He's the messy one.
The question was directed to you, Mr. Steele. Did Mr. Adler clean the kitchen when he used it? Often?
Yes, he always cleaned, but he wasn't always cooking in the kitchen. He would use it like it was a science lab. He was always fooling with those dolls, boiling water. There would be bowls of ice water, dozens of doll heads on this stand thing he had. He was tie up the sink for hours using it to dye hair and clothes. It was like he was Frankenstein.
Did you know Mr. Adler collected dolls prior to the two of you becoming roommates? Did you know he was a doll collector?
Kind of. I'd heard him talking about dolls to friends before. It's not a topic I am interested in. I also knew that the doll thing is one of the ways he makes money.
Did he bring any dolls when he initially moved in?
Yes.
Do you remember how many?
A box full, I guess. 10, maybe 20.
Mr. Adler, approximately, how many dolls did you bring when you initially moved into the apartment with Mr. Steele?
Approximately 50, Your Honor.
Mr. Steele, one more question before I hear Mr. Adler's claim. How long? Years? Months? How long did you and the plaintiff, Mr. Adler, reside together before he moved out? For how long were you roommates?
Approximately 2 years.
24 months? No more, no less?
Sorry, a year and 9 months. 21 months.
Okay. That was just some formalities. Mr. Adler, your claim states that your roommate, Mr. Steele, annihilated several of your dolls. When exactly did this annihilation take place?
April the 11th, well, between April 10th and April 12th of this year, Your Honor.
Tell me what happened, sticking to only the facts as you know them, of course.
Yes, Your Honor. On April 9th, I left the apartment and caught a flight to Denver, Colorado. Before leaving the apartment, I made sure to lock the door to my bedroom as well as the door to the closet where I kept the majority of my dolls. I probably checked each of the doors 3 or 4 times, making sure they were both locked before my ride arrived to take me to the airport.
Closet. Is this the closet inside your bedroom?
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor. It was a hall closet. It was directly across from my bedroom.
Keep going.
I was gone for 3 nights. When I returned Sunday afternoon, I was unpacking. I always unpack soon as I get home. Anyway, I'd purchased a couple new dolls and a friend had also gifted me some doll stands. So I went to place these things in the closet, and that's when I noticed that several of my dolls were missing.
Was the door to the closet locked?
Yes, it was.
And the door to your bedroom? Was it locked when you returned?
It was locked as well, Your Honor. But, Your Honor, Mr. Steele has a key to that closet. He didn't have one to my bedroom, but he did to the closet. There is an electrical box in the closet that the maintenance guy would sometimes need to access, so for that reason, I had given Mr. Steele a key, in case I wasn't home.
Mr. Steele, do you or did you have a key to the closet the defendant is referring to?
Yes.
Did anyone other than Mr. Steele have a key to the closet?
No, Your Honor, just Mr. Steele and I.
You may continue.
Well, as you could guess, I was in shock. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Well, what I wasn't seeing. I couldn't catch my breath. My heart felt like it was beating out of my chest. I thought I was going to have a panic attack. When I finally did take a deep breath, I let out a loud scream. I raced over to Hudson's bedroom and I began banging on his door with my fist probably for over a minute, but he wasn't home.
Other than you just knowing dolls were missing, how did you actually know there were dolls missing?
The middle shelf was almost entirely empty, just space after space empty where there hadn't been any empty space before. It's a small closet. Each of the dolls was on a stand, so it was a tight fit getting all of them in there.
How many were there?
In the closet? About 150 on stands on the 3 shelves. Another 50 or so still in their original box that were on the floor and the highest shelf.
And
at any time, I kept another 100 or so on the bookshelves in my bedroom.
so you had some 300 dolls?
Closer to 400, Your Honor.
How long have you been collecting dolls?
10 years. I started my collection when I was 15.
So, after you realized Mr. Steele wasn't home, what did you do?
I called him. At least 4 or 5 times. He never answered. I left voice messages. I texted him. He never replied. Finally, I texted his then-girlfriend.
She respond?
Yes, I have a copy of our messages if you would like to see them.
Yes, I would.
I also have before and after photos of my dolls that I kept in the closet. Would you like to see those?
Yes, please.
Sorry about the grammar in the text messages. I was so upset that I was totally ignoring the autocorrect. I hope you can understand them.
Thank you. So, she states that she spent Thursday night at the apartment. Everything looked okay. Her and Mr. Steele left the apartment together Friday morning, as both had to be at work. They met up after work and went to dinner. After dinner, they went to a friend's place. She was there until almost midnight. She had planned to stay over again Friday night, but her and Mr. Steele got into an argument, and she left the friend's apartment and went home to her place. She states that Mr. Steele was being a show-out in front of their friends. He was acting like a 3-year-old and getting on her nerves. She was tired of arguing with him, and she had to get up early on Saturday morning for her workout class. They both did their own thing on Saturday. He called her several times, but she didn't answer his calls. They only communicated via text messages. She didn't know where he was or what he did that day. When did you eventually see Mr. Steele?
Monday evening about 6:15, 6:30. I was sick. Mentally, emotionally sick. So I called out of work.
What did Mr. Steele say when you saw him?
Nothing really. He said he didn't know what I was talking about. He called me crazy. He went into his bedroom, he slammed, then locked his door. He argued with his then-girlfriend for about 15, maybe 20 minutes. Then she came out of his room to talk to me while he proceeded to play video games for the next 5 hours.
The girlfriend was there?
Yes, she was with him when he came home. She and I had been talking throughout the day. She let me know she would try to help me get the truth out of him.
But she didn't? She couldn't?
No, not that day. But a few days later when they broke up, it was her. She who did eventually tell me what Mr. Steele had done to my dolls.
So he did tell her? Did he admit it to her directly?
Yes, she said he admitted it. She was able to get some information from someone that is close to Mr. Steele. Then she confronted Mr. Steele. She wanted to be here today to be a witness on my behalf, but she's since gotten a new job and she couldn't get off of work. She did, however, provide me with a signed affidavit. Would you like to see it?
Yes, I would. Hand it to me, please.
She also gave me copies of some of her text messages with Mr. Steele.
Mr. Steele, you and this young lady are no longer together?
No, I broke up with her.
She states in this affidavit that on Saturday, April the 12th, while Mr. Adler was away in Denver, Mr. Steele and two of his friends went into the closet where Mr. Adler kept his dolls and took several of them. The three then took the dolls to the shooting range to use for target practice. Upon Mr. Adler discovering the dolls were missing, Mr. Steele told his friends to delete all photos and videos from the shooting range. One of the friends told the then girlfriend that she was the cause of all of this. Mr. Steele was upset because instead of playing video games with him, she now wanted to play with dolls with Mr. Adler. Is that true, Mr. Steele?
I had no issue with her playing with dolls. She has lots of friends.
Your issue was her playing with dolls with Mr. Adler, right?
Her time would have been better used with me.
Why? You were an awful boyfriend to her.
At least I have a girlfriend. You play with dolls all day.
You were an awful person, Hudson.
Quiet, both of you. Mr. Adler, this photo she's included, what am I supposed to be looking at?
It's a photo from the 12th of April of Mr. Steele and his friends eating at a restaurant right across from the shooting range. That's the only photo she was able to find. It was in his iCloud.
Mr. Steele, I'll ask you directly, did you do this? Did you take your roommate's property and use it for target practice?
I plead the fifth.
Mr. Adler, you are asking for $5,000. How did you come to this number?
$3,800 is for the cost of my dolls. The rest is for pain and suffering and the time I missed off of work.
How many dolls were destroyed? How many did you determine to be missing?
19, Your Honor.
Do you have receipts for any of the missing dolls?
Yes, I have receipts for all of them.
Thank you.
As you can see, Your Honor, the average cost of each of the dolls was around $200.
$200 for some plastic?
Yes, Hudson, I don't buy fake dolls.
You are a fake doll.
You're a fake doll.
Quiet. If we all took a drink every time someone today said the word doll, we would all be wasted.
Yes, we would.
$3,800. That's my judgment for the plaintiff.
Court is adjourned.